Hi, Pisces. Happy birthday, bitch! Yes, I'm wearing my hoodie moo just for you. This is an outfit inspired by you guys. Are you ready for this end of an era shit that's coming through? This new moon in Pisces on February 27th is going to be the last new moon with Neptune in your sign. As long as anybody is alive right now, we will not see this shit again in our lifetime. This is a big deal. Saturn is moving in May. Jupiter is direct. Neptune's direct. Neptune is leaving and going into Aries soon. Like, you made it. You made it. We're almost to the finish line. But what have you learned? What are you learning? And are you ready for this next era? Grab your shit. We got stuff to talk about. Hi, Pisces. Yo, 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 what is up? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2025. Whew! Hydrate, light it if you need it, grab your stuff. I'm ready to go in, clearing out any funky ass energy, welcoming in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2025. Be sure to go check out that Pisces season astrology video that has all the important astrological transits and some aspects that you need to know about this season. I'm ready to get in it because I feel like there's movement for you guys. I've had to be really harsh on Pisces energy, and I don't enjoy that necessarily. I mean, maybe a little bit. But it's the Aries sun. Sorry. We enjoy being assholes. But bruh, the divines had to be real rough on you guys. And that's Saturn. Saturn, that like father energy, where I feel like you've had to be like cosmically parented for a little too long now. And so over the last 2 years, like, what changes have you seen in your mental health? What has developed in regards to your relationship with the God of your understanding? How are you sprinkling more magic on the mundane? How are you incorporating more spirit into your day-to-day life? More belief, more faith, more optimism into your day-to-day life. Don't get caught up in the political bullshit. Don't get caught up in what is happening in the dunya, in this like 3D reality. Your perception is your reality. And I feel like you have a new perception of yourself, especially when Neptune goes into Aries. You're going to have a new perception of yourself. Neptune doesn't go into Aries, I believe, until Aries season. I want to say it's like March, late March is when that feels like. Late March or May. No, Saturn goes into Aries in May. But either way, you about to be free, baby. And so let's dive in, asking for the most useful, helpful, divinely aligned messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2025, closing out 2024. You know, we all know that the real 2025 the real new year is spring equinox. Excuse me. So we're still closing out 2024. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. But let's see. Breathe. What's going on with traveling? 3:33 on the clock. You need to travel. You need to explore. If you can't get to China, at least get up the canyon, baby. At least get to the beach. At least get in the forest. Like, whatever it is, you've got some nature around you and you need to explore it. You need to be in it a little bit more. I feel like a lot of information will come to you by way of grounding. And when I say grounding, I do mean getting your bare feet in the grass. But there is something about grounding foods. People on my website from Ireland and Oregon. Interesting. Okay. Funny, I was just talking about travel. That's a sign. Where's somewhere that you want to go? At least just start in your hometown. At least, I mean, start where you're at. What's a trail you want to take? What's a place of interest that you've wanted to explore? I feel like in Pisces season for your birthday, you need to plan some sort of something where it's explorative. Cards are being real reticent with you guys. Okay, they want to be specific. Please come through for Pisces. Sun, moon, and rising. Thank you. I just had to ask nicely. Look at that. Look at that. Going forward, mama, we made it. The 6 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. That's a lot of firepower. This is like the divine is proud of you. A lot of you have crossed the threshold. A lot of you have passed the fucking test. A lot of you are being propelled forward. And with the first thing to be clarified on the selenite throne, what do you need to turn your back on? What is your particular brand of success? There could be some rewards, some recognition coming in. I feel like you are being like thrusted forward into your future. But what do you want that future to look like? With the 6 of Wands being the first card out, I feel like harmony wants to be established in the realm of your physical, spiritual, sexual energy. There's a whole new cycle. I just heard gate cycle. Some of you need to start working on your gate cycle, working on your structure, on your body mechanics, investing more in your body, investing more in physical activity. There may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements coming in. I also feel like some of you are helping other people get to success or acquire success. Some of you are helping maybe somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements move forward or progress forward in some sort of way. There could be somebody with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements, or someone successful, someone balanced, someone harmonious coming into your life that's really going to be propelling you forward. And that feels yummy. You know, with the 6, there's harmony that wants to be established. And that harmony gets established by way of heartfelt decisions, heartfelt, heart-centered decisions, a heart-centered, heart-based life. Like, are you living too much in your head? Are you living too much in your gut? Are you accessing your heart enough? I feel like you start to familiarize yourself with your spirit, the sound, the sensations of your spirit. And then all of a sudden you're going to find yourself feeling really grounded, feeling very open to what your instincts are telling you versus you constantly like searching for the right thing. It's just like being instinct based. This is like preparing for Neptune and Aries. I feel like y'all are going to start feeling Neptune and Aries energy soon, like if not already. There's just something like, let's fucking go. That's the vibe. I feel like the pace is picking up with the 8 of Wands coming out there. Is this influx of energy, physical, spiritual, sexual energy. There also could be opposition, like where you're going. There could be people who are like, can they keep up? Are there people around you that are opposing this fast pace? Everybody's used to you kind of like humdrumming along. And now when you're the one that's like, let's fucking go, let's ride, let's move, let's do something. I think everybody's going to be like, okay, what the fuck out in the Pisces? Neptune and Aries. It's a vibe, honey. It's a vibe. And there is a lot of progress forward. Yes, because I feel like the fruit of your labor is really shining through. Saturn wanted to teach you the value of structure and discipline and patience and time management. And so the center of the reading being the 7 of Pentacles is, yeah, the fruit of your labor is coming. But I also feel like you're realizing you don't want to be micromanaged, or you're realizing what you do and don't want to micromanage, who you do and don't want to micromanage or be micromanaged by. But there's something about you doing your part And I feel like there's still plenty of time for those of you who feel like you haven't done your part. There's still so much time to till the land, to plant the seeds, to water it, to prune the bushes, to, you know, take care and invest in whatever it is you're trying to build or grow. Because as we know, all you can control is what you voluntarily put into your body, whether you react or respond, and what you do about your intentions. Everything else is outside of your jurisdiction. How many fruit the bush bears, when the fruit comes in, outside of your jurisdiction. But something is coming in, and you just had to let go. I feel like you had to get out of this place of lack or scarcity mentality. There may be someone with there may be somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements investing in you. There could be a change in regards to how you view yourself, your self-worth, how much money you're making, where you're making money from. Some of you, like, your job could be changing. The kind of work that you do may be changing. There could be something also about investing and taking more advantage of this time. I feel like some of you have switched up what you're focusing on, and because you're aware of the pace. I feel like Saturn in your sign has made you so much more aware of about the flow of time, and that time is precious. It's not something to be wasted. And I feel like y'all are interested in wasting any more time. There may be somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements that your relationship is changing with. I feel like it's really important to be investing in your body, in your physical health, and your physical fitness, possibly even investing money, learning about investing, getting more masterful with investments. That could be a thing as well. But there's something here about, like, we planted the seed and now we're ready to bear the fruit. I feel like getting really stable, getting really like 10 toes down on something. There's something about like consistency and being resilient, really moving towards standing firm in your beliefs, standing firm about your value. There could be a change in your priorities as well, a change in the hierarchy of your values, possibly. I do feel like it's time to invest in picking up the pace. Invest in getting more comfortable, moving more quickly. And not just moving more quickly as in taking risks. This feels like just physically and emotionally and spiritually moving at a faster beat. The beat per minute is ramping up, you know? Please continue for Pisces. Final two cards, final two messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season judgment, because this is Pluto. Pluto is now in Aquarius. There may be somebody with Scorpio placements coming in. I do feel like there's something about get off the fence, make a decision, say what needs to be said. There are parts of you that you thought had atrophied, that you thought had died, or you had laid to rest, or you let atrophy, that are being called, resurrected, being called or activated back into action. Some of you are going to finally realize what your true mission this lifetime is. North Node in your sign now. That's what that feels like. Oddly enough, I just shout out to my elder emos. Just heard Dark Blue. Dark blue, have you ever been alone in a crowded room? Well, I'm here with you. The world could be burning and burning down. Dark blue, have you have you ever been alone in a crowded room? Well, I'm here with you. I feel like there are people coming in. There could be people with Scorpio, Aries, or Aquarius placements playing a bigger role. The trumpet of truth is sounding in your life. This is like being like hearing the call, feeling the pull. The verdict. For those of you who are waiting for some kind of legal action or hearing from some kind of like legal institution, I feel like you get the word, you get the news, you get the notice. In the closer to Aries season, but the tail end of Pisces season, some news comes in. There could also be confrontation. With judgment coming out, there could be like you having to confront somebody, you having to say something, you having to like have the final word or state the verdict. Some of you are moving towards the medical field. Some of you are moving towards doing some kind of like more spiritual work. I feel like there could be somebody with Aquarius or Scorpio placements who is providing a truth and providing an important truth for you. And I feel like it's going to change your course. There's something in you that's being like resurrected, and that makes sense. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. Pisces is the ultimate death, the ultimate ending, the ultimate culmination. And Aries is that like that first breath out of the womb, that resurrection energy, that call to action. There's something there about you finally like rising back up from the dead. That is Neptune and Aries energy. And I feel like you're being prepared. Aries requires action. Final card, final message, please. Only one major arcana out, so I feel like the cosmic redirection really comes at the tail end of your birthday season, or the tail end of Pisces season. The closer that we get to Aries season, the divine gets way more involved. I feel like the beginning of Pisces season has a lot to do with your micro decisions, you showing your work, you showing what you've learned, what you have, what skills you've acquired, what new habits have been picked up, like new attributes or characteristics that you've taken on. There is something here about like also absolution with judgment coming out, feeling like, I don't know why I want to say this, but like feeling like forgiven for your sins, or feeling like, not that I even subscribe to that, but there's just something there about like feeling like anew, feeling cleansed, feeling absolved of something, no longer like struggling or going back and forth with guilt, especially if it has to do with a Scorpio. But there is something about telling your truth, somebody bringing the truth to you, an expansion coming by way of the truth. Final card, final message, please, for Pisces. Because it's the end of a motherfucking era, babe. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. Final card is the World. You are protected. You're being called to travel, to explore. I feel like you guys really start dreaming up this international trip that you're wanting to take. This breaking out of your comfort zone, this going in a different direction. Understand that you are protected. Understand that once you really start being more spirit, faith, and instinct based, it's going to be easier for you to take heed to the call, and it's going to be easier for you to be vulnerable, for you to be intimate, for your external world to start to really reflect back your internal world. And because there's so much, like, I feel like cosmic surgery that's been happening on your internal world, you start to see it reflected in the external. And some of you may find out somebody's pregnant. There could be stuff about pregnancy, about babies. There could be somebody, one of the fixed signs playing a big role. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo placements playing a big role. But I do feel like there's something about being called to be more vulnerable, being called to emote more, being called to share your feelings, to use your voice, to talk, to teach, to guide. With the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck, I do feel like it's time to dream it up, baby. Some of you may be feeling very confused, and I feel like instead of you trying to use your reasoning mind to figure things out, put your weapons down, showing you a little bit of the plunge. Put your weapons down, get out of defense mode, and get into receptivity mode, because the divine wants to announce things. And speaking of the plunge, come join my ethical cult over on Patreon. Over there, we're going to clarify all these cards. So I hope you stay tuned for the plunge. We're going to clarify these cards. There's all kinds of astrological content over there. There's a tier for daily readings as well. The links are in the description box below, so be sure to check out that. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. For free shit, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything, TikTok at JustJEverything, and for other dope shit that I do and to book a reading with me, JustJEverything.com. Like I said, the links are in the description box below. 2 major arcana, they're at the end of the season. So I do feel like the divine is going to be really trying to get involved and make sure that you are prepared for Aries season. So this is about receiving guidance. And this is what I meant about getting in receptivity mode. See how their arms are up, hands out? There's just something there about like, I don't need to think it. I believe that I'm being guided where I need to be. Enlighten me, make plain to me what is the plan, show me the way. Allowing yourself to connect to the God of your understanding, the universe, source, spirit, whatever name you give them, so that you don't have to be in a state of confusion. This is like, okay, I'm going to let myself be in a place of visualization. I'm going to prioritize visualization. I'm going to prioritize getting really, really bestie like with me and my shadow. That raw, uncut, unfiltered version of you needs your attention, so it doesn't have to go autonomous and push you out of the way. I feel like there's a lot of things that you're good at, and there may be so many things that you want to do and you don't know where to start. And where to start is dreaming, visualizing, believing, talking to the divine, so you can make sure that you're like, we're going in the right direction, right? This feels right. This feels good in my bones. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Some of you, career-wise, are being rerouted. That's a big thing. I feel like you are good at so much. You're so talented. You're multi-talented. You're multifaceted. And there's something about using your actual gifts and talents and skills to the best of your ability versus drinking too much or smoking too much or numbing out because you have to go to a job that you hate or do shit that you hate for a check. Those days I feel like are coming to a close. And there's something about living this very passion-based, faith-based, fun, festive, rewarding life. Do you believe you can have it or no? Up to you. Hope to see you on Patreon over there. Come join the cult. Let's get into it. All right, Pisces, let's get into it. I want to start by pointing out again number 20 and number 21. This made me hear step by step, day by day. There's something about, and that's that Saturnian energy. Saturn is like really, really wanting you to see the value of how the micro decisions lead up to macro moves. There's something about step by step, day by day, what's going on with that 4-letter word routine in your life. You have to learn the value of routine and structure and discipline and understand that discipline breeds fucking freedom, y'all. And the sooner that you let yourself get disciplined and get clear on the direction that you're going, the divine will intervene, do what it needs to do. You'll start to feel reborn after making all these judgment calls. You'll start to really heal. You'll start to really hear and recognize like your true vocation, your inner conviction, feeling this like impulse to act and to move. And I'm just ready. Let's go. Please clarify the 6 of Wands for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2025. Yep. There's some stuff that's coming to an end that you've been wanting to come to an end or avoiding coming to an end, or like have been evading closing something off. Some of you are moving on or moving forward slowly after a period of deep transformation. Some of you may be recovering from loss or grief or remorse in some sort of way. But it's propelling you forward. I feel like the divine has brought in a very specific catalyst that is sending you on a very different route than you were going before. And those of you that have Scorpio placements, you are majorly being transformed and going in a different direction. There could be people, I feel like, with Scorpio placements that are playing a big role, that you need to pay attention to the way they're moving, the way they're acting, the way that they're behaving. What do you know needs to transform within you? What do you know needs to transform within your life? Don't procrastinate. Be done with procrastination for a bit, please. At least just give yourself some time. What does Pisces need to turn their back on? Maybe the Scorpio, maybe evading change. Turn your back on maybe being passive aggressive, being petty, being slick mouthed. I feel like possibly turning your back on somebody that's very immature, turning your back on being so hyper logical or trying to give all your good ideas to other people, turning your back on an old way of thinking, an old way of communicating. It may involve somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements that you're just like done with them, done with this interaction, done with this conversation. Stop sleeping on your good ideas. Stop delaying your good ideas. Stop just, putting them in a mental basket somewhere and you'll come back to it later. No, it's time for action. And if you act on these ideas, I feel like you will be successful. Please clarify the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the Fool, and the 2 of Cups. Nice. So I feel like what's coming in is an awareness that you have been keeping yourself stuck mentally. And there's this brand new cycle, brand new era that you're entering into that will require you to let go of the emotional baggage, to be guided by the divine, um, to start taking leaps of faith, to stop taking uncalculated risks, or keeping yourself from taking risks, keeping yourself from taking leaps of faith. Some of you, I feel like, what's coming in? Some of you are decentering romantic love from your life. Your partner may not be happy with that, but I feel like some of you are turning away from someone with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements. Some of y'all are done with that connection, done with that relationship. There may be somebody with Aries or Aquarius or Leo placements playing a bigger role, but I feel like you're not keeping yourself blind and you're not keeping yourself bound up in the head anymore. Eyes wide open, ready to move forward, ready to progress. And what's coming in is happiness, union, marriage for some of you, taking your relationship to the next level, wish fulfillment, a divine like reset. There's this start over energy that's happening. And the 7 of Pentacles is going to show the fruit of your labor. Please clarify the 7 of Pentacles. Some of you are investing in a deeper relationship. Some of you are investing in that Capricorn or Aquarius. Some of you are learning how to have more fun, how to dive into sex, drugs, and rock and roll, possibly. Be careful on the drugs tip. Some of you have really faced your fears, have really are aware of what has had a hold on you. Breaking free from addiction, breaking free from the old stagnant energy. Saturn came in and did his fucking thing in your life. And I feel like you're going to be yielding results that look a lot like freedom, or at least an awareness of what has had a hold on you for too long. There could be a shift in attachment style. There could be some money coming in from a Capricorn. What is this fruit of their labor? How does that materialize? Your wishes coming true. You being able to get out of the drama. You being able to tap into your physical, spiritual, sexual energy. You starting to make bold moves. More money coming in. I just feel like you are becoming a very different version of yourself. And these people around you may not know what the fuck to do about it. Because there's this big change in your inner world, not your external circumstances necessarily. Though I do feel like some of you may be moving, getting a new job or in a new industry. I just feel like there's some sort of new perspective that's arriving. And it's going to help you to navigate a previously unsettling or scary situation. This may be a new spiritual practice, a new belief, which provides solace and resolve. A deep internal change is occurring. and you've endured a long fucking journey and are now able to accept this higher calling that wants to come in. This motion, I feel like you're being propelled forward and you're not fighting it for once. Go with the fucking flow. It's trying to lead you to prosperity, abundance, and this new harvest. Please clarify judgment. Critical thinking is really important. Be careful being overly critical. I just feel like there's some sort of divine judgment call that's being made upon your actions or your growth, or you're being called to make a judgment call. I do feel like with judgment being out, there is a necessity for acceptance, forgiveness, release, celebration, because there's this whole new life. And you're rising up to your higher calling. And we experience some of the most acute and intense pain in life, not in the physical, but in the shifting of our inner attitude and your general overall attitude towards change. And I feel like you're being honest with yourself in a different way than you ever have been before. And that bravery, the bravery that has generated this new honesty, it makes you face a situation that has to change. And I just feel like make the call. Some of you get your day of reckoning. I will say that. You're being called to break the wheat from the chaff, to cut the fat, to make an honest appraisal, to take a stand, to make some hard choices. But you're able to make these hard choices because you're awakening to the possibilities. Your hope is being renewed. There's this fresh, transformative start that's happening. And I feel like you're seeing everything in a new light. And joy is being discovered. Deep, deep joy. Because you're in your spiritual bag, bitch. That's what's really happening. Some of you may have a confrontation with your mother, a very spiritual person. There could be just you're being called to work with somebody that's spiritual. You're being called to help or heal or contribute value to someone that's very spiritual, receiving value from someone spiritual. And getting out of, okay, some of you may be getting fired or laid off. Some of you may be tempted to quit so that you can start this more spiritual, passion-based life. I feel like don't quit without a plan. Make sure you have a plan. That's what I was saying, that critical thinking is important. But there's something about getting out of this place of feeling left out or feeling like you're not taking advantage of your gifts or making the most of the gifts that you had. There's some new shit to accomplish. I feel like you're realizing new goals and achieving or realizing your heart's desire, maybe even achieving something that has been your heart's desire. Seeing dreams come true, hard work paying the fuck off. And you're contributing and healing, and other people are contributing and healing, or possibly you found your new brand of service. You're using your gifts, using your talents, sharing what you have, giving of yourself. And then the divine has the nerve to give you a feeling of fulfillment because of that? Say less, bro. It's like I'm using my gifts and talents, and then oh my god, all of a sudden I feel fucking fulfilled. You're savoring the present, savoring the moment, taking pleasure in life, wanting what you have, enjoying what you have, being grateful for what you have, enjoying a newfound peace of mind where you couldn't get no satisfaction. You got it now, counting your blessings, finding your center, and feeling whole in general. I feel like there's something that comes in that starts to feel like it means the world to you. This is a big fucking deal. Please clarify the world. Yes. And you're moving, you're getting it, and it's like this teenager, young, romantic vibe where you just feel like how you did when you were younger. You feel so passionate and like on this new quest of love for life. Bam, baby, there's a new fucking life coming in. You deserve this. If anybody does, tens across the board, ho! Tens across the fucking board. God got you. I got you too. I love you. You got this. You're at a huge turning point, and everything's about to get so much fucking better. I love you. Damn, this was fucking delicious. I'm so happy I finally got to give you guys a really good fucking reading. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Yo, welcome to the new era. You got this.